Today I'm going to be showing you some of the vellum that Decoupage Queen now carries. They've had scrapbook papers in two sizes, 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 for quite a while, but has recently expanded into the journal kits as well as vellum paper. Today I'm going to show you a few ways to use vellum and how to attach it to your scrapbook pages. There are two collections out so far, and these two are from the fall release, and these are from the recent Christmas release. And there are quite a few beautiful images. I'm going to show you one that I've used, and then we're going to create some projects together. You can put them on tags, you can make pockets with them, envelopes. The possibilities are endless. Here is a mini Christmas junk journal I made, and I'll show you how I used the page here. This is from the 4-pack, and here all I've done was attach it at the top with glue. So it's a page that you can lift up and write underneath, and it just has some great texture and adds another fun element to your book. This journal I created, and two ways I used it. I used just clear vellum, but I could show you how to do this with Decoupage Queen. Is I made a scalloped edge holder for this card, and here I've made a little envelope, and I'll show you how to do this as well. The different ways you can attach vellum to your book is with double-sided tape. There's little tape dispensers you can use, and you can just use a stapler. This is a mini stapler, and if you don't like the look of the staple, you can just cover it with ribbon or tie a little bow over it. You can use washi tape over it so you don't even see the staple. I'm going to show you how to use the Decor Tacky Glue from Pentart. Goes on white but then turns clear, and you won't see it through your vellum paper. This image is from the 4-pack of cardinals, and all I did was cut it out. Vellum is very easy to cut with scissors. I used the fancy scissors on 3 sides and left the other side straight. Here I've just taken some cardstock and stamped snowflakes on the front with ink. I cut this out to size, and now I have my choice of how I want to attach this to the front of the card. I can add the Decor Tacky Glue on this side. I could do it around the whole thing if I wanted, and the whole thing would stay adhered, or it could just be lifted up for just a little interactive feel to it. I could simply staple it or use the tape on the side and then cover it with the ribbon, and then you wouldn't see that underneath. You could just glue the ribbon on top. So I'm going to show you the tacky glue and how that works. I've just given it a little bit of a shake, and as I said, it goes on white, but it will dry clear. I use an older brush, and you're just going to take the glue, and I'm going to apply it to the card. The nice thing about this glue is not only does it dry clear, but it won't pucker your vellum as regular glue would. So it's hard to see on this camera, but it went on white, and when it turns clear, you know it's ready, and it will be very sticky. We'll cover it with the vellum and then glue the ribbon down, and it's ready to go. So it doesn't take long for it to dry. It depends on how thick you put it on, but it will take anywhere, if it's really thin, it could be ready in just under 5 minutes. but it could take about 10 minutes or so if you put it on thick, maybe 15 minutes. But a lot of other tacky glues can take up to an hour to be ready. So this Pentart Decor Glue Tacky is a really nice option to use. Okay, this is turned clear, so it's ready to use. And all you have to do is place your vellum on top, wherever you want it to be, and press it down. And now it is glued down really well. The person can still open this up if they want to, but it makes a really pretty card. And now I'm going to take just some red ribbon and glue it down on the edge just to cover that edge. Okay, so just glue this to the edge here. And that's how easy it is to use vellum. I'm going to turn this into a pocket, and all I have to do is cut off the edges. As I said, this is super easy to cut. You can also use punches on vellum. I'll show you how to make a little thumb notch I'm going to do on this. And I'm just going to use this punch to make a little thumb notch. I believe this is a 2-inch, and I like to turn it upside down so I can see what I'm doing and put it in the middle, which I usually don't do so well. And punch it out. Then you can ink it up if you'd like, but you can ink the edges. You can certainly see it on the lighter part. I showed you in the beginning one of these I made with a scalloped edge, and all I did for that was take a doily and I put it up to it, I traced the doily, and then I cut it out, and then you have a really pretty scalloped edge. You can take a contour liner and go around the edge so it sort of makes it pop. I'm working on this book. It's almost like a photo album. It has really thick paper, and I've only gotten one page done so far, but it's a Christmas journal, and I'm going to use this as a pocket here. And as you can see, it pops a lot better when there's white behind it. Or what I could do is just glue it in here as is, and then when I put something behind it, it could be lighter in color and can make the image pop like that, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to leave the top open because I'm going to be sliding something in there. So I'm just going to paint it on the edge. I like to save the plastic that I get from all kinds of things that I order, from the rice papers or any kind of craft products, and then I use it like this to put underneath because it does stay sticky, and then I can just throw this out. As soon as you use this, you want to put your brush right into water so it will come nice and clean. And I'll just let that dry and come back. Okay, it's completely clear. I'm just going to turn it over in the middle and just press it on. You can put things inside, and the trees pop a little bit more the lighter that you put something in there, and that adds a beautiful element to your book. Another easy way to use your vellum paper is when you're making a signature and you're gathering all your papers together and you have your whole stack, you're cutting them down the same size, you can just use a piece of vellum as one of your pieces in your signature. And it just gives a nice texture when you're turning the pages, and they're just so pretty too. You don't even have to embellish them anymore if you don't want to. This little envelope was the easiest to make. All you need to do is take one piece from the 4-pack, I cut it out, and then I cut a little bit off the end because it's too wide. So I cut a piece off, and all you have to do is fold it up, fold this down, you have an envelope. Then you can take your glue or the double-sided tape, and one more piece on the other side. Peel the two papers off. Sometimes they're a little tough to get off. Bring it up. And you could take a little bite out of this if you wanted. You could, if you want to get fancy, cut off the corners here. But there's a little envelope with the vellum paper. Now, another kind you can do is this sort of coin envelope looking one. And I'll make this one here with you. I think this paper would be absolutely gorgeous. This is the Dainty and the Queen Winter's Dream. And I'm going to cut off all of the edges. So I want to put this, make this more of a long, tall envelope. I'm going to cut off maybe 3 inches. Let's go with that. And now save this for another project. So first thing I'm going to do is fold this over. So I want it to overlap a little bit, big enough that it can hold a couple lines of the double-sided tape. So that looks like it will do it. And just hold it there. Okay, I'm going to open it up, and now I'm going to fold it up to be the bottom fold like this. So I'm just going to open it up and fold it up a little bit. Hold it there, increase it, and then I'm going to cut out these 2 pieces. That way, when I fold it in, it takes that extra bulk out of the paper. So I'm going to cut that out. And you're just cutting out that edge, that long rectangle. Now, to take a little more bulk out, I'm going to just cut this corner diagonally. And go this way. All this is doing is making it easier to fold up. Okay, then I want to take this. If you want to try it, you fold them in, and it's going to be hitting this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is now cut this a little bit on the diagonal, coming from the edge to the inside. Just a little bit. You want to make sure you get this part right in here. So that way it doesn't hit. Maybe it's easier to go this way. Okay, so let's test it again. Close it up. And this closes, and it's perfect. Now we're just going to do the same thing to the top, but I'm going to make the fold a little bit bigger. And we're going to do the same thing. Just cut out those rectangles again. try that out. Fold this up, fold this down, and it looks perfect. Perfectly imperfect. Look how pretty. And then we will glue it down. So I'm going to use a couple strips of the double-sided tape on there. Okay, so I'm going to just peel that off and press it down. And then this gets folded up and okay, pull that one off, and there you have a really pretty envelope. You can either glue it down, you can just slide it into a tuck spot, and you can put all kinds of things inside. You can decorate this further if you want. And that's all the ideas I have for you right now. I believe we're going to be having a few other videos showing some other ideas of how you can use Decoupage Queen Vellum. Thank you so much for watching.